Let's check out today's Daily Dominion. Okay, so I don't see a proper village. Lots of draw, lots of trashing. We can't really do any top deck vassal shenanigans with Artisan because there isn't a village. Vineyard could score us a lot of points if we really stack up on, Alchemist, Laboratory, Vassal. There's also no plus. Well, there's plus buy in Council Room, but what do we want our terminal to be? Probably Artisan to gain Laboratories. Top deck them, have tons of draw next turn. I mean, Chapel will be the terminal early on. It's questionable whether we want that many vassals. A handful of vassals might be our main money generation. And with only one consistent buy, I don't know if I think it's better to have Artisan as the main terminal here. So I don't think we're going to work in a council room. The thing I'm worried about this is, the AI going for a big council room, big money thing. I'm hoping our Vineyard. Will I be able to outpace that? I'll be adding only 2 actions per turn at the most. And eventually it'll get down to adding only 1 action plus a Vineyard. So maybe we take the Artisan eventually to get a lot of throw in Laboratories and top deck them, but then maybe eventually we get a council room for the plus buy, but that still means we'd only be able to add 2 cards to the deck per turn, and in the late game one of those would be a Vineyard. So I would need 18 action cards in the deck before a Vineyard is worth as much as a province. Yeah, the lack of plus buy here. If I'm using Artisan, then we don't have plus buy. The lack of that makes a big action deck a little bit less attractive. But maybe it's still the thing we go for. If we get a lot of the Vineyards, say like 6 of them, then that's just by gaining more actions, that's a lot of points. So am I going for Potion Chapel? I'll have to be sure to manage how much money is in my deck at any time. Potion Chapel is kind of a risky open. If they collide, you're not trashing anything, or you're not buying an Alchemist. Like I wonder if Council Room Big Money is going to kill this. Let's find out, right? I'm gonna go. It's a bit of a risky open, but I'm going to open Potion Chapel, hope they don't collide, and then I'll have to work in probably a couple of silvers. In order to eventually afford an artisan. They go straight for lab. So I think this will be a silver. They've got a really good start. Okay, my potion bottom decks, at least it didn't collide with the chapel. So I have 6 money in my deck right now. He was able to trash 2 estates. That's very good for them. I think I'm going for a lab here. I still have exactly 6 money in my deck. The artisan and chapel will start colliding at some point. So maybe that's an argument then to trash 2 more coppers and hold off on the artisan for a second. And if I trash 2 coppers, I'll need to add either a silver or a vassal to be able to afford the artisan. Down here is Potion Copper Estate. I think the trashing is probably better to do. If we get the artisan, it's going to be difficult to maintain the trashing. What have they got? They're totally trashed. I mean, they might have a small number of coppers left. They did buy a silver at some point, it looks like. I think this will be another silver. This will be another alchemist. And now we'll take an artisan. Oh, I didn't put the potion in play. That was a mistake. Okay, it didn't hurt us, but yeah, put the potion in play for to top deck alchemists. Okay. So I think we're like overloaded on draw here. You know, I could go Laboratory Alchemist. Maybe I just really start piling on as many actions as I can until they start greening. Get our vineyards up as high value as possible. Yeah, this is a weird. It's just missing. This kingdom's missing just like one thing. If I had a village in here, or non-terminal plus buy. So we're way overdrawing our deck. They don't have a potion. What I think I'll do is I'll buy an alchemist here, and the next turn instead of playing the artisan, maybe I just trash these 2 coppers, buy more alchemist, and then I'll be done with the chapel, essentially. I mean, the silvers are not the greatest thing to have. And then I could think about gaining some combination of alchemist, laboratory, and vassal as the actions. I don't want too many vassals because then there's a risk of hitting one of the terminal things. But I think let's just load up on actions. Eventually, I might also have to put some more money in my deck to, if I might need to start affording province, especially if I start greening a lot, vassals will become useless. What did my artisan gain? A lab. Yeah, I don't know if this is the right way to play it, but you know, that's kind of standard for Dominion. They're greening already. My vineyard is worth 2 at the moment. That's only going to grow, but it's a slow growth. I'm going to keep doing what I said, even though, you know, it might not... So that's a potion down there. Deck tracking is going to become important if I ever start adding vassals. Yeah, I'm just going to get the vineyards as high as I can and hope I can outpace. I mean, it's looking dire. So I should get the last laboratory. They are almost certain they're going to consistently province per turn. You know, they drew their whole deck. This is yeah, this is a bit rough. I'm going to get the vineyards to at least 5. Ooh. Maybe they're falling apart here. What is my artisan gaining now, though? I mean, he could gain duchies. How many actions do I have? 10, 11, 12, 13. So 2 more actions will spike my vineyard to 5. I feel like I should get those now. Yeah, this is so weird. I don't know what I feel like I've bungled something here. I don't even know if it's the right thing to top deck all the alchemists, because you want targets for the vassal. That's an argument for adding as many alchemists as possible, perhaps. Artisan can eventually gain duchies. Yeah, if there were more non-terminal actions, this would be a lot different. I'm going to gain 2 more action cards, an Alchemist and a Vassal. My Vineyard is now worth 5. And I can start getting Vineyard Duchy. Oh man, they are destroying. Okay, so that's the Artisan. So I could play the Vassal. That would play the Artisan. I would gain a Vassal and top deck a draw card. Or would I gain Duchy Vineyard? I feel like this is just going to be way too slow what I'm doing. Points wise. Yeah, the duchies are going to run out, in which case I'm going to have to stick with gaining more actions to up my vineyards. That is a potion, which I need. How many actions do I have? 15. I feel like I want to empty the duchies or lower duchy to deny them to the AI. So unless they buy that, oh, they bought the last duchy. Okay, so now I have 2 duchies and 2 vineyards. So what is this? That's a vineyard. I might eventually need to do something like buy a gold or in order to afford like the last province or something. Well, let's not have that on top. I think I just need to gain more actions and try and get the vineyards as high as possible. I can safely play the Vassal if I have all of my stop cards in hand. So that's a silver. This is such a weird way to play this board. Yeah, I'm afraid that they are still going to be able to keep provincing. I should have tried to figure out how many labs I have. I think I have 4. But I mean, I'm buying a vineyard here, aren't I? I'm gonna buy vineyard until, you know, I have, like, they have no potion, so I may as well just empty the vineyards to 1 left in the pile, and then just buy and gain actions with Artisan to crank up their value and hopefully surpass them. I said that's a laboratory, right? I think. So I could keep that on top. Okay, that's a good sign. Okay, yeah, I do have 4 laboratories and 4 vassals. That's an artisan. So what am I going to do here? I'm going to vassal, play artisan, gain another vassal, top deck the lab, and buy a vineyard. Well, they're going to rush down estates. So what's down there? A duchy, a silver, and a vineyard. That is a silver. And how many actions do I have? 12, 17, 18, 19. I guess the safest thing to top deck here is a vassal. Okay, if I gain 2 actions here, what did I say was that? I guess I could probably count my actions on this turn, but I think I can spike my vineyards again. I can't buy the... Oh, if I just buy the last vineyard, I win. Right? Yeah, what a powerful... Vineyard is so powerful, especially against the AI when they don't go for it. I wasn't sure if this one was going to come out in my favor. Debatable whether that's what to do. Like against the human player, if they... I don't know. I don't know. I'll be curious to see what other people end up doing on this one, whether they go what I did. Like gaining only 2 cards per turn is pretty slow for powering up Vineyard. But it seems like the AI's deck fell apart with the green. So yeah, thanks for watching.